Hi guys, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, karibu sana. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, share, comment, and join the family. So today I just woke up like this and decided let me do a story time for you guys. I woke up feeling a little bit down, and I think you can hear from my voice not sounding that happy. So today I decided to do a video and tell you people the story time of how I lost my mom. As some of you guys already know, yeah, I lost my mom in 2020, um, 31st of May, and it's not been easy. So I decided to share that with you, not seeking sympathy, but to encourage those who have lost someone important in their life, or maybe their mom. She's my mom on the 31st of May in 2020, and it wasn't easy for real. It wasn't. So this is how it goes. It was on the 28th of May. I was just coming back from work. I wasn't actually coming back from work. I had a bad day at work because people were paid, and unfortunately my salary haikuwa imeingia. So hiyo siku I just had a bad day. Nikaambia supervisor, I can't continue staying here. Let me just go home and relax because I'm not sure if my money is going to come. Yeah, so nikakuja tu home vizuri, and then I got my mom home and she was getting ready to go for shopping. So akaniambia she asked me first, what's the problem, why are you home early? And then I told her, before I had told her, like I called her in the morning and then I told her, people are telling me that they've gotten their money and yangu haijaingia because we were waiting for that money. So she told me, we will talk in the evening when you come. So mi singemaliza hiyo jioni. I just told the supervisor I want to go home and rest, and then she told me it's okay, I understand. I came and then we talked kidogo. She told me, we can wait for a while, maybe inaweza tumwa. So she was getting ready to go do some shopping, and she told me, you can warm this food and eat. And she left. She told me we will talk in the evening when I come back. I said okay. So I warmed the food, I ate kidogo, nikambakishia hiyo ingine, alafu I slept off kwa kiti. So me I wake up from 11 to 2. Kwani how long does it take? It was not that far. Simi nikaangalia saa nikaona mamangu anakuanga mtu wa story. Maybe ako huko nje anapiga tu story na mtu. Maybe she met a random person and they started talking. That's how she was. So me I continued sitting there on my phone, blah blah blah. Kidogo napata I get a phone call from my mom's friend, and she's like, we used to go in the same church with her. She's my mom's best friend. She's the mother to my best friend. So she tells me, Sarah, uko wapi? I tell her niko kwa nyumba. And then she tells me, enda uko Mwindi, mama yako ameanguka huko. And I'm like, ameanguka? There's a time alikuwa na malaria and then akaletwa home nivo na watu. So I thought maybe she got sick, alafu sasa I have to go for her. See me, I'm tensing. I'm asking myself, should I go with a motorbike ama niende tu hivo? So mi nikasema acha tu nikimbie because it's not that far from my place. I went and I called the number. She gave me a number that I can call because my mom wasn't able to speak. I called the number that I was given, and then she directed me to the place. Kufika hapo, I was looking for my mom, I couldn't see her. Nikaonyeshwa ako nyingine amewekwa hapo, she's just seated. Amekaa tu hapo, she can't talk. What she's holding on to was her shopping that she had done. And I asked them what happened. They told me she just fell here. So me, I thought, maybe she got sick or something. It's not that. I thought it wasn't that serious, and then I go try talk to her. I ask her, mom, nini ni mbaya? And then she wasn't communicating back. So she was dirty on one side, and she had no shoes on, and I'm trying to talk to her. I don't know if she recognized me or not, but I started crying. I started crying and asking her, stand up, let's go back home. And then all she did was point at the shopping that she had done. Kumbe, she had alipata stroke side moja. I don't know if it was the right or the left side, but I realized this the time that mama waliniambia mpeleke mpeleke hapa the nearest hospital that is around my place. So tukajaribu kumsimamisha kwenda kwa pikipiki, and she couldn't walk with the other side. I know she recalled me, or she remembered me, because it's like she was trying to communicate to me, and I didn't know, I didn't understand. So me, I told these women, we can't go on this one motorbike, or rather ataanguka na side moja, because I'm supposed to be holding her na niko nyuma yake, na hezi jisupport na side moja. So I told them we'd rather order Uber. Wakanisaidia, because I was so confused, hata sikuwa najua what's happening, because nimeachana tu na mamangu sahi. Now she can't even talk. I don't know if she knows me. She's dirty, ameanguka na watu walijaa hapo. People were surrounding us asking what's the problem. Wengine wanachukua video. I don't even know what's wrong with people. So Uber ilifika, and we took her to the nearest hospital. Waliangalia tu hivi, hata hawakumtoa ndani ya gari. Wakaniambia mpelekeni Mama Lucy. So tukaanza kuenda. Mark, you remember, I've had a bad day since morning. Nimekuja, my mom ndo huyo amegonjeka. I don't know nikani kugonjeka ama ni nini, because alikuwa tu sawa. But I understand maybe it was the pressure or something. So I'm having a terrible day. I don't have money on me. Ndo huyo nimeingia tu Uber. I don't know how I'm going to pay it or anything of that sort. So sisi tukaenda. Kwa njia, I'm trying to call people, telling them my mom she's not, don't know how. She wasn't sick, but she wasn't also unconscious. So I'm trying to explain it to them. Tukafika Mama Lucy. Niko hapo. I called the mother to my best friend and told her how much it was, and she paid it for me. So tukachukua wheelchair and got in Mama Lucy. The first doctor that saw me akanichukua, akanipeleka kwa ward. So they start testing her, vitu kama hizo. My mom is just there. Wakaniambia amepata stroke. At that time it wasn't that bad, because I remember my mom trying to support herself. Tukitoka kwa Uber, alikuwa anajaribu kujisupport, alikuwa anajaribu kujisukuma at least na side moja pia atusaidie, because she was heavy. Venye daktari alitest akasema she needs to get a CT scan, and that was to be done at German Shepherd's Hospital, and it would cost 10,000. So I'm asking myself, I don't know anyone. Ni mimi tu ndio nakwanga na yeye peke yetu. No one else. I don't know family members who can help us, no. I'm asking myself, where will I raise this 10,000? I'm trying to call my dad, saying he doesn't have money. That's a story for another day. Me, I saw God on that day, because tell me how I managed to raise 10k from people we have no connection with. That's the day I realized that you don't need to have the same blood as someone for you to call them family, because people came through for me in ways that I can't explain. I was receiving phone calls after phone calls, new numbers, people asking me what's wrong, and I'm telling them the story, and they're helping where they can. At the place where I stay, watu walinisaidia sana. I can't even appreciate them enough for that. So I managed to raise that money, and we were taking her to get the CT scan, because it was very late because they couldn't touch her without their money. Walisema we have to provide the money, because ilikuwa they're transferring her to another hospital to get the CT scan. So I called this friend, my mom's friend called me. Na sasa juu nilikuwa tu nimetoka hivyo hata bila sweat, and then she told me kumeendaje, nikamwambia nimeambiwa tunaenda kufanyishwa CT scan kwa German Shepherd nini. And then I asked her, can you come with me, because I'm alone, I don't know anything. And then she agreed, and I told her to bring me a sweater here. So we came. That was my first time I was getting into an ambulance and seeing my mom lay there with na haezi ongea. It's nothing I want to experience again. No, I can't. Until today, when I see ambulances that memory comes back to me, because you don't know what someone is going through inside there. So tukaenda akafanyiwa CT scan, ikatoka, tukarudi Mama Lucy, tukakaa Mama Lucy, and then wakampea dawa. I don't know if it was the next day ama the same night that they told us we have to refer her to Kenyatta, because this case we can't handle it. And that really shook me. Tukampeleka Kenyatta with the same ambulance. So the friend to my mom alienda home. No, she did not go back home. It took her to Kenyatta. And this time, people are still sending me money. Because we got to Kenyatta, if you have gone to Kenyatta Hospital, you know how it is there. And I'm sorry to say this, but I can't tell anyone to go there. Kwa sababu you will get there when you're sick, utakalishwa hapo hata 10 hours unaweza kalishwa hapo, and there's doing nothing for you, nothing. Tulifika huko tukakaa, I tell you, tulikaa for hours before tupewe ward ama tupewe bed, tulikaa sana hapo. And so this ilikuja as a surprise, because I'm there, my friend's mom is there, my mom is laying there so sick, she can't even talk. And then they tell us, go and pay for a bed. It was 8,000. Paid it. It was contributed earlier on. I paid it, and tukapewa ward, tukapewa bed. And so they tell me tumpeleke huko. Tukampeleka, imagine. Ilivyo mom, it's this time that corona ilikuwa imehit sana. 2020 May, corona ilikuja March. Ilikuja ikahit sana March. So it was on 2020 May. tukamweka kwa bed na tukamwacha hapo. I was so sad because I didn't know what's next. Sasa wananiambia I leave her there and then they will call me in case of anything. How do you expect me to go home? My mom is sick and you tell me you'll call me in case of anything. Why wouldn't you tell me to stay here with her? Sasa siwezi bishana now. I just left. Nikaenda home. I wasn't at peace kabisa. I'm coming home. So I was home crying. That was on the 29th. Yeah. 29th. I'm at 30th. I'm not good with the dates, but I remember the days I went to see her. So I couldn't stay kabisa hivyo vizuri sana. So on the 31st, on the 31st, something was just pushing me. You go back to that hospital, see your mom, get to know how she's doing, because I'm a daktari wakupigi simu. You can't just sit here and wait for them to call you. And then I tell my friend, I want to go and see my mom. Can you take me? She told me, sawa, let's go. Getting there, it was so hard for me to enter kwa sababu there were restrictions. Lazima ukuwe umeitwa, lazima ukuwe umepigiwa, because this is corona season. Uwezi kuja tu hospitali kama hujaitwa. And I had a friend hapo Kenyatta, so alini connect until I got to see her. And I tell you guys, that an image I wouldn't want to see. I still have pictures of her that I took, and I don't love seeing them kabisa. Nikaingia and she was so sickly, hata kushinda venye nilikuwa nimemwacha. That's an image I wouldn't want to remember tena. She was so sick. Alikuwa hata ashaekwa zile, I don't know what they are, oxygen. Alikuwa amekwa oxygen. And so I'm standing by the window. It was a very transparent window, unaweza ona ndani. And I'm seeing her and I'm seeing the doctors wakienda hapo kwake. Hey. And kwa heart yangu, I never give up easily. I'm just telling myself she'll get better. I'll tell her how I was coming to see her in the hospital. I'll tell her everything. Hata venye alikuwa ananisumbua kukunywa dawa because she didn't want to take medicine. And then the doctor asked me, a doctor came, asked me, do you know her? I told her, yeah, she's my mom. Alafu akanita kwa ofisi. She told me, with this patient, there's a 50-50 chance of her surviving. Nothing has ever broken my heart like that statement. Nothing. Broken, I felt like everything had come to an end. Why would you tell me that she has a 50-50 chance? I know that you're a doctor, but I know also that you are not God who gives life. And I cried sana kabisa. I cried. And I went and saw her for the last time and went back home. That day kwa barabara, kwa hiyo gari, I remember crying myself out. Aki nilikuwa nalia. I don't like crying in public places, lakini I had no choice, because that was my mom. What do you want me to do? I got home, I cried. People are asking me what's wrong. I'm telling them, daktari amesema mama kona chances 50-50 ya survival. And if she survives, she will never be the same again. She will be like she's abnormal, because your stroke ilikuwa imempata hadi kwa brain. That day people came over my place, tukakaa hapo, wakanikaisha hadi usiku, tukalala na wao. And then I get a phone call at 6, and they were asking me, is this Sarah? And then I said yes, and they told me you have to come to the hospital as early as now. That was on 1st June. I tell you, sikuwa na nguvu. I was just trembling because if it was a good news, they wouldn't have called me at 6 in the morning. So me, I call my dad. I tell him, wameniambia niende hospitali by 6, by as early as now, because it was at 6. Then he told me, okay, I'm coming to take you. And then he came, we went. We stayed and waited for them to give us. Kulikuwa na mabarua walikuwa wanapeana hapo ndio uweze kuingia kwa hospitali. Wakatupea mimi na babangu, tukaenda. I remember asking him tukiwa kwa pathway, Dad, do you think mom will survive? Then he looked at me. He looked at me and his eyes were teary. Then he told me, he didn't even talk. He just nodded no. Kwa akili yangu nikasema, chana na huyu, maybe he doesn't know what I've asked. So si tukaenda. My mom was in ward 7B. Tukaenda hapo, and then we were told that she was transferred to the ICU uko juu 8. Kufika 8 tunaangalia, nilikuwa najaribu kuchungulia hizo ICU nione mali anaweza kuwa. Ninaingia hadi ndani, sio ni mama yangu, najiambia maybe kuna ICU zingine. Ninaangalia simuoni. And then the doctor told us, nimekuja juu ya Lilian. Lilian was my mom. Then we said, yeah. Now she was looking for a place for us to sit. Mimi namwambia, si utuonyeshe mali yako, ama utuambie ni nini. Hakukuwa na chairs, unfortunately watu walikuwa hapo. And then the nearest place tulipata kiti, she sat down. No, we sat down and then she stood and then she told us, unfortunately, we lost the patient. I couldn't even believe it. How? You lost her, how? Nilikaa tu hapo, I can't even cry. I'm asking myself, lost the patient, how? I told you, nilikaa almost 1 hour. I'm not even moving. Nimezubaa tu, naangalia tu watu. Hiyo statement your daktari keeps recurring on my head. Unfortunately, we lost the patient. And now after that, I get a phone call from that woman that took me, that my friend's mom that came with me. She asks me, Sarah, mama anaendelea aje? Then I told her, Mama Tom, mama amekufa. And she couldn't even. Now I come back home. With my dad. Napata watu wamejaa around my place. Friends walikuwa hapo. How did the only person I have in this world die? Tell me how. And now that people are crying around me, it made more sense. My mom is really not here. She's dead. Like dead. I'll never see her again. We come and people start arranging for the burial as early as now. Fast forward, It wasn't that hard burying my mom because she lived well with people. A lot of her friends contributed, and such family members that I've never seen in my life came that day, and after the burial I've never seen them again. That story for another day. And if I tell you, if you lose someone in your life, everything changes, especially these people that are so close to you. Things change. I tell you, I lost a lot of friends, a lot of her friends and my friends. Like one time I was walking. No, this one friend that came to my place and I told her that my mom died, and she started crying. Like she never knew. So she came and asked me, "Mama ko happy?" And I told her my mom died last month, or was it last month but one or something. And she cried and cried so much. And then she told me, "I'll come back." I've never seen her again, never. And so at a this time I was passing near their place, and she was with her brother, and then she saw me and then she ran away. Tell me why? Because I don't have a mom now. But it's okay. People change, things will change. It's almost 2 years now. On the 31st of May will mark 2 years. And if I tell you, I have been through worse than before. I thought that I've seen it all when my mom was alive, and now that she's dead, I have seen a lot of things that has proven that people will change, and the only person you have in this world, and the only truthful person that will be there for you and with you through every step of the way is your mom. If I'm able to talk about this now, it means that I have been able to go through my pain, and I have been able to overcome most of it, because there's a point I was at in depression in the year 2020, 2021. I was going through so much, and if you are close to me, you would notice, and people will tell me that you're so strong, and they don't know what I really go through when they're not here, because I used to cry myself to sleep every single night. I would cry and ask myself, why did you leave me? Why did you have to go? You know, I have a brother that I have to take care of now. I don't know how I will raise him because you're not here. I don't want to raise him the way you wouldn't want. I want to be a good parent the way you were, and such. Like to me, and everybody around me tells me that I took um a big burden at an early age. I'm not calling it a burden, but in at my age, I started thinking of responsibilities like, how am I going to pay my brother's school fees? How are we going to survive? How is everything going to go? I want everything to be fine. I want my brother to never lack anything and such. And honestly, God has been there for me, because it's not been an easy journey, and I won't advocate. You won't tell anyone you understand their pain unless you have been through it. So, to anyone out there who lost the mom, the dad, or anyone special to you, I feel your pain, and you will be able to conquer this. And if you want to cry, just cry, because that's the only way you can release that pain from you. Anyway, that this video encouraged someone. Um, I'm also feeling much better now that I talked about that. It was disturbing me, and at least that is at the moment. It's not as worse as it used to be.